Commander, it's Timey, here with Ritlock. Say hi, Ritlock.
Hi.
Ritlock has rounded up our provisions, and I'm almost done desert-proofing Scruffy. So, whenever you're ready to start looking for Aurene, we're at a Doyak Ranch just outside Amnoon.
Follow the smell.
Hey, Gaming Mike. Yeah, Guild Wars 2 has been a long-time favorite of mine. I haven't played it on stream yet, but they just recently added these mounts. There's this...
Fired up!
we call it the Skimmer. It looks like a manta ray. There's a jackal. These have a Halloween skin on them right now. Let's see. Here's what the jackal looks like as default. And they have a Springer. You have all these on the Halloween skin right now. And a Raptor. There's a fourth one too, but I haven't gotten it yet. Let's do the Skimmer because I don't want to die. This recently released Living Story Season 4. This is 4 seasons of added story content to the base character storyline, which takes quite a while. And it's a huge, huge, huge world. Massive multiplayer game. Let's go to... This is my main character. She's an elementalist. She's a Sylvari race. They're like a plant-based race. You also have sort of a cat-dog race called the Char humans, and I'm stuck on thinking of Gek, but well, you'll see here in a second. I like the skimmers because they skim above the ground, so I don't need to worry about water or damaging terrain, which they have damaging terrain. I was going to show you the map. I forgot. You can do jumping puzzles and stuff like that. You can do stuff like map completion. It's a really beautiful game. And once this scene is done, I'll go to the map here. So this is the area I'm in right now. So you can see it's pretty massive. I haven't even explored all of it yet. The unexplored areas kind of look like this, sort of a blotted out map kind of thing. Explored areas have a lot of detail to them. And I'm in this section of the map down here. This is another area, another area, another area. There's areas over here I haven't explored yet. The original map from the base game includes all of this down here, all this around here, up in here, over here, and up here. Then they did an expansion which included all these areas over here. This Tangled Depths area is pretty impressive. It's like a multi-layered area. It's really easy to get lost in, if you can believe it. Yeah, I haven't even explored all the areas for this yet, for the latest expansion. I could skip travel. The nice thing about it's a massive world. Yeah, it's pretty massive, and it's got a huge amount of lore because it's Guild Wars 2, so it built off of the lore of Guild Wars 1. So it built off of that lore specifically. Like Guild Wars 2 happens like several hundred years in the future past Guild Wars 1, and so they incorporated a lot of that, but it's still its own standalone game. So you don't need to have played Guild Wars 1 to fully immerse yourself into this multiplayer experience. And another thing that's nice about this is you buy the game and then that's it. There's no monthly fee to play in the multiplayer world. So that's another thing I like about it. But you can skip travel. So once you discover a spot, these are teleport portals. Then for a small fee, you can just teleport there. So this is where I'm supposed to go for my next story part, this very beginning of the Season 4 story arc. So I'm just going to pop up here to Amnoon, since I discovered that, rather than travel across all those different maps. Let's use the Raptor for this part. You get lots of NPC characters in the cities that you can talk to. There's another player character here. She's a Norn. They're sort of like the gosh, I don't know, giant humans. They like cold, they like individualism kind of deal. She's got a special backpack on. It's what makes it look like she has these crystal wings kind of thing going.
Is there any profit in trading these days?
Once we only had to worry about paying our protection money to the Homicide and taxes to the Council. Then came the branded migration across our northern trade routes.
Only the foolish waited to cross the Elon and into the madness of King Joko's tariff enforcement. Now we have fords closing off our trading routes in every direction.
Maybe the stories are true that Zalimbor is a djinn that's just playing at being a man.
Sorcery alone could explain how he manages to move so much product under these conditions.
You get a little text or talking like that all the time.
And the race is underway.
And I just missed like a little race you can do on a multi-day basis and get some extra experience and whatnot for it. On to the story. Raptors are good for jumping distances. And so like the max character level is 80th level, but beyond that you can use experience to get additional little abilities for, like with the mounts they added some additional abilities. I'll show you. So you can change how your character build is, change your specializations. As you level up, you train, you use points to train up your skills so that you can have your choice of skills. This is the journal, so I'm on Living World Season 4, but you can see there's my story, which came with the original game, and then they had this is Season 1, which you can't play anymore, so it doesn't show up in here, but you can look back on the history lesson. And then there's Season 2. And then the first expansion was Heart of Thorns, which gave you all this as part of your personal story. And then they had Living World Season 3, and then this latest expansion is called The Path of Fire, which has all this. And then this is Living World Season 4. And that's not all you can do. I mean, you can do all sorts of stuff in the game.
Balthazar fights for all of us. Will you join him on the battlefield?
Balthazar was the main bad guy in the latest expansion. He's the god of fire. Okay, so now I can start my story. And as you do stories, there are instances, so you can have party members go in with you, or you can go in by yourself, and then there's no interference from outside players or anything like that. When you're out in the main
I'm here,
world,
Tommy.
well, I won't talk right now, so you can hear.
Out back. Sorry about the location, but since you stole Joko's awakened army, Agent Keto thought we should keep a low profile.
Yeah, so there'll be some spoilers in this, just FYI. Some of the text is voice acted and some isn't. You must be the Godslayer. Welcome to my humble Doliak ranch. Hello, I have a few friends who are supposed to meet me here. They're around back, the feisty ones puttering around with their golem and nattering away. The Char is very patient. That sounds like them. Thank you. You got chickens you can interact with and stuff like that.
There you are. Just a few more adjustments to Scruffy and we're ready to hit the road.
This is one of the other
We should
races.
check in with Jory and Kaz. See if they've caught up to Kralkatorek.
They already checked in. Kralk is perched in some mountains. They said it's acting strange. That's odd. Something's interfering with the comm signal. I'll try out front.
This is what a Char looks like. You can go first person on this. I prefer third person myself. because I like to see my legendary staff, the Bifrost. And you can alter your look. They have a gem store. Hi, Steel Dragon. Welcome. They have a gem store, but the only things you can get in the gem store are like their what do you call it, cosmetic stuff. So like snowflake glider, passes to special locations that are mostly just crafting stations and whatnot. So, and you have crafting stations in all the cities anyway, so it's not like it's anything especially special. Mount adoption license, what's this? Gain a random mount skin that you do not already own from the Black Lion stables. Okay, so a mount skin is just, if you have the mount, then you can get a different skin for it. Wow. Just added a bunch of mount skins. And then you can get little outfits. This little preview page shows you what it'll look like on your character. And then there's all sorts of dyes, so you can dye yourself different colors. These are more useful items, like you can salvage useless stuff into base components for crafting. This allows you to change the looks of your outfits, transmutation charges. This is how they get away with not charging you a monthly fee for playing the game, because they make a lot of bank off of this stuff, and none of it is anything that gives anyone a leg up on anyone else. They've been very careful about that sort of thing. These are all little miniatures that you can carry around with you if you look. I have a... he might not show up right now because I'm in an instance. There he is. I have a little fox miniature right now next to me. But anyway, back to the story.
Where's Canuck? I thought he was with you.
Amnoon, collecting his winnings. He's going double or nothing on you and Kralkatorrik. Speaking of which, we got a plan for when we do catch up to the Purple Menace.
I'm hoping Tammy's research turns up something.
And if it doesn't...
Commander! Gridlock! Come quick!
So, Kralkatorrik, so the main story behind Guild Wars 2 is there's these dragons that are waking up. I can't remember off the top of my head how many there are, but they wake up every so many thousands of years, and they consume all the magic in the world, and in so doing they basically destroy the world, and then the world is sort of like a renewal process.
Found what's causing the static.
A brandstorm? Again? I don't see any sign of Kralkatorrik.
If Kralk had flown over, we'd be walking jewelry right now.
Looks like Kralkatorrik's learned a few new tricks.
This is why I brought Scruffy. I'll have him run a scan.
Sounds good. Ritlock and I are gonna go get a closer look.
So the first story is you fight one of the dragons and defeat
We
him,
only handed an elder
and then
dragon the energy
the
of
first
a
expansion
god.
you fight
What
another
could
dragon
go
and defeat
wrong?
it. Then things kind of change in the third expansion. And I don't want to give away everything, but you kind of need to understand what's going on here. So one of the dragons has gained a lot of power because of our actions and the actions in the last expansion, and that's Kralkatorrik. He basically turns things into crystals and generates these purplish storms kind of thing.
A brandstorm! It's right on top of us! Why is this happening?
Those people are trapped inside that crystal. We gotta get them out. Burn me.
So my elementalist, Tempest, she's a branded elementalist, has access to fire, water, air, and earth
We've done all we
attunements.
can here. Let's move out.
We've got to save these people.
Tell me I didn't just see a dragon fighting a dragon.
Was that Aurene?
I'm a bit squishy.
Protected.
Ouch. So when you have an ally with you, they can revive you. Which is what Ritlock's trying to do right now, while he gets beat on by this infected branded citizen. I can just easily hit retry from checkpoint.
Earth. Ready to rock. The storm shall bend at my word.
You can revive fallen NPCs, fallen characters.
I can't find my brother. I think he's still inside.
Your goals are up here. They're fallen people. Alright, head towards the city. These red circle areas kind of give you a warning of where things are about to happen.
Clear these elementals. We need to get these people out of here.
Key to playing an elementalist is to remain in motion. If you remain in motion, you tend to live a lot longer.
if she still remembers who her friends are.
So they're talking about a dragon that we helped hatch and raise. Her name's Aurene. The hope is that she's going to be on our side kind of deal and help bring balance, which is what they figured out is necessary in order to correct things rather than kill all the dragons, which is actually creating more of an imbalance.
Protected. Priestess, gather your clergy and get to the south gate.
And when you get knocked down, you can quickly be revived. You can revive even faster if you knock down a foe that you've targeted. So you can't really see it because I'm too busy fighting, but they're showing little shots of Aurene fighting another dragon up in the sky.
This is starting to feel personal.
We should get to the south gate. Direct any remaining clergy into the city. Clergy of Comir, Amnoon needs you. Get any surviving civilians to safety. Do as the commander says. Aurene, open the gates. But there's dragons. No time to explain. Do it.
Canuck.
Took you long enough. I'm not getting any greener, you know. But enough chit-chat. Those branded lieutenants are raising undead. I hope you wore your risen kicking boots. Those huge crystals on the walls. I think they're healing the branded.
Then target the crystals.
Crystals, crystals, where are the crystals? This ain't stressful at all. Okay, it's only showing me the lieutenants. Yeah, he's invulnerable. What's these damn crystals at that they're talking about?
Whitlock,
money. More. The hell is this one? There it is. It'll help. And one of the nice things is you can form guilds, which is sort of the primary point. Ouch, that hurts a lot. That dude scorched me.
Fury rising. Protected.
Ah, I died. It's alright. Let's try a checkpoint, because it'll be right here. Okay, it's 2. One more. You hide behind the steps, little coward.
Lightning bolt. Feel the fire.
I like it when they're in confined spaces.
Fired up. Fast as the wind.
Now, there's another one. Let's go.
I channel the wind. Protected.
More crystals. Yay.
Consumes at my whim. Fired up.
Right. That's Deputy Kindness. Seems he's no longer undercover. I hate having to kill people I know. But I guess it's him or us. Life was hard on him. Made him mean. Being branded has made him mean.
Fury rising.
Hi, Deputy.
I'm up. I'm up. Fired up.
Oh, they killed him.
Such a waste. Brahim will want to know what became of this deputy. reinforcements. Over there.
Charged up! Protected. I am mighty.
Kill the lieutenant, you dimwits.
Fired up. Powerful water. Charged up. Feel the burn. Aftershock. Fury rising.
I hate it when they do that.
Feel the burn.
And on cue, Wyvern incoming.
Oh, not good.
Fury rising.
Oh, I guess I need to be inside that ring, not outside it. So this is a mini dragon.
Fury rising.
Ammunition skill.
Why couldn't Kraukator get Brandon and Julia for his lieutenant?
Currents flow by my will. Flood it! I channel the wind.
Smash the crystals! Hurry!
I channel the flames. Fired up. Protected. Done.
Just doesn't seem fair, does it?
We need more endurance. Fired up. You feel the burn.
Enough of this.
Done.
I'm glad she's on our side.
Let's hope it stays that way. Finish this, Commander. Joko, Balthazar, now Kraukator.
Fired up.
Remind me never to build a summer home here.
I mean, first field test of Scruffy's new tactical upgrades, successful. And look, I brought Agent Keto.
Commander, if Kraukator's minions can brand people even when it's not nearby, we have a very big problem.
We'll need local allies to stop it. And we can't just steal Joko's army again.
Recruiting forces would be easy back in Tyria. But Alona?
Aurene, we've been looking everywhere for you. What were you thinking? You could have been killed.
Oh, an actual cutscene.
I'm counting on you, Aurene. Keep them safe.
Interesting.
Mulch.
Did everybody see that? I'm not the only one that saw that, right?
Aurene, I don't understand. That was... What was that?
It wasn't good.
The screams.
I don't know about the rest of it, but the city looked a lot like Faranor.
There she goes again.
Teenagers. They grow up so fast.
Ritlock's one of my favorites.
Farinor. You know this place, Quito? Can you take us there?
I know every place. But no one gets into Farinor. Or wants to. It's infested.
Humor us.
Well, the Sun Spears supposedly know a way in. And if you need local allies, they're a good place to start.
Right. Sun Spears. Where do we find them?
Hiding somewhere in the Astralarium in Istan, I expect. The head archivist may know something. There aren't many left, and Joko's trying to wipe the rest of them out. They don't want to be found.
Details. Istan it is. Ritlock, you and Canuck stay here and clean up any branded stragglers. Timey?
There's enough new Kralky debris here to keep Scruffy and me busy for days.
We should travel separately for safety. I'll go ahead. Jonik at the docks can get you passage. See you in Istan.
And that's the end of the first chapter. You get achievements, which give you extra points, which gives you extra stuff. If you go to the hero panel, I really should change these guys back to their normal selves. Anyway, so these are masteries. There are extra things you can get if you get the expansion. I've got all these done. I've got all of these done. And currently I'm working on Path of Fire masteries, which are just all the mounts really. And you earn experience, and when the experience bar fills up, then you can spend mastery points. Mastery points are things you can get from the maps. Let's see what Captain Raheem has to say. Hi, Paulette. Welcome. Just good. We find yourselves in your debt. How bad do things look? Structurally, the city is surprisingly intact. As for casualties, we managed to evacuate as many as we could, but the attack was so sudden. Krakator definitely showed us its newfound power. Can a Noon recover? The priests will do what they can to help. The community's become used to dealing with adversity. I only wish we'd been able to repel the attack before the damage was done. You should know, your deputy Quace was among the branded. Ah, that's... I'll have to let his family know. Quace had a family? A son and a daughter. Quace would do anything to see those two were cared for. Maybe that's why he turned to the Hamasine. Okay. I really didn't know him at all. A few of us did. Oh. It's no secret he was disloyal to me and his fellow cavaliers, but no one deserves a fate like that. May Grenth guide him to a better place. What about the rest of the city? Structurally, the city is surprisingly intact. As for casualties, we have managed to evacuate as many as we could, but the attack was so sudden. Okay, so it's just going to repeat. I like to get all the questions done. Sometimes you can do extra things in these, but this one looks like it's pretty spent. So let's go back to the real world, where none of this damage exists. This screen here shows
The council made the right call.
map completion. So there's a number of daily things you can do. They have to do at least once, and then there's points of interest, special viewing areas where you click on it, you get sort of a cutscene kind of thing showing you the surrounding area, that sort of thing. Okay, speak with Doc Master Jonic. I see this is what the city looks like when it's not under attack. Oh, and
This was a
you know,
bad idea. They shouldn't be here.
First, Joko will kill the Sun Spears, then us.
so right now I'm using a staff, and each class has a number of different weapons that are available to it, as well as if you specialize, like I specialized as a Tempest, it gives you additional weapons and skills. Now these skills you can change to a number of different things. Each one does something different. I have mine kind of fine-tuned, but these skills change depending on what attunement I am in. As you can see, I can't just flip between them rapidly. Fire is usually considered one of the most powerful. These are the staff skills. Now if I want, I can switch equipment to the ones that are available to me. So like Horn is an offhand type weapon. This is another legendary that I managed to acquire called Meteorologicus. As you can see, it's got pretty neat effects. Looks like some globes and little storm clouds going. And Eternal Sands. We'll switch to... I'm wearing some gloves that have some effects, and you can go kind of crazy with it. I get this backpack that has some effects on it and stuff like that. Switch back to staff because that's what I really like to use. But as you change things, the skills change. At least for the Tempest. They do for the other classes too. Master Jonic.
On your way, Outlander. Only ship's crew allowed on my docks.
I need passage to Istan.
Everybody needs something. Hold on. I know that face. Palawa Joko's put a price on your head, friend.
That's so. Last I saw Joko, he wasn't in a position to make threats.
Either way, I don't take his coin. This rig's headed for Istan. I can stow you aboard if you'd like. Ain't exactly the royal stateroom, but it'll get you there. If you can keep your high-priced head out of sight.
So Palawa Joko is the leader of the undead in this storyline, and we kind of stole his army to help us in the last storyline. So he doesn't like us very much. Vistas is what they're called. Points of interest, waypoints, and then tasks. So this is an area I've not been to.
Wicked ley-enhanced creatures are roaming the desert. What are you gonna do about it?
This is what the map looks like uncovered. Excuse me. In relation to where we were. Wow, it's quite the journey because we were up here. So we had to have sailed all the way around and down to here. Very cool. I like the music.
New bounties posted. Corsairs are smelling gold again.
And awakened are smelling blood. Great.
So these guys collect what's called volatile magic. So there's a ton of different currencies in this game. You have volatile magic. Let's see, what was the wallet? That's the map. Here we go. Wallet. So gems are now gems you can buy with cash. You can also buy with in-game coins. There's an exchange kind of thing, which of course isn't favorable. But you have in-game coins. You have karma, spirit shards, laurels, guild commendations, transmutation charges, badges of honor, geodes. I mean, the total number of different types of currency has just grown as the expansions have come out. There's also a huge PvP deal that you can do if you're into that sort of thing. So this is a waypoint. And now that I have it unlocked, I can just travel here. There's another player character. 2 player characters. Okay, find Astralarium. So we'll be doing some exploring. This little mini map shows you kind of where you're at. It also shows you where you can, like, if you need resources, that kind of thing.
On my guard.
Anyways, I was saying these are resources you can collect for crafting. Crafting is another aspect of the game. You have a pretty extensive day-night cycle. So that is a statue of Palawa Joko. This must be a fortress of his.
This can't be the Astralarium. As you can see, you can join in fights. There's no loot issues. Everyone gets the same loot from mobs. Thanks to my extensive leveling up, my loot automatically pulls into my inventory.
see what's over here.
This must be the Astralarium. Now to find the head archivist.
That night sky. As you can see over here is an unlit waypoint. Once we get close enough to it, it'll light up. That close enough. Want to keep going up. I'm a sucker for completing maps. So there's some way to get up there. Oh, I know. This is a vista. And this is what you call wild magic. Oh, I don't have it trained. Guess I need to train that mastery. Where did he go? Oh, he's down there. The thing I'm doing right now is called gliding. It's another mastery that you can get if you get the Heart of Thorns expansion. Is he still below me? Ah, okay. There he is. She. Excuse me, miss.
Welcome to the Astralarium, the supreme repository of knowledge in Istan. What is it you seek? Wait you're the Tyrian hero, the God Killer, the Dragon Slayer.
Oh, sorry.
Canuck's crony.
Spoiler alert.
Canuck?
Shh! There's a bounty on your head. Are you trying to get
Everything
turned
all
in?
right over there?
Praise be to beneficent Joko, who patronizes our intellectual pursuits.
I need to find the Sun Spear base.
Lower your voice. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't believe you. Why so nervous?
There are those here who, from fear or greed, rewrite our histories to glorify King Joko, whereas others risk their lives to preserve the truth.
I admire your courage. I want to help, but I need to get in touch with the Sun Spears.
To protect our most sacred tomes, Archivist Salwa has locked them in the restricted archive. That's also where you'll find the secret entrance to the Sunspear's base. But you can't just waltz in. Salwa is militant. She won't admit anyone until she's convinced they oppose Joko.
So I'll convince her. I'm no fan of Joko, and I don't think he's too thrilled with me either.
Yeah, that's an understatement.
Words alone will never sway her. Joko's minions have been here for weeks revising the histories to lionize that fiend. If you can put a stop to it, I suspect Salwa will be more than happy to let you in.
Okay, and that's our next little task, and I think that is where I'm going to leave it this evening. So I hope you all enjoyed this little review, and if you like it, let me know. I'll be happy to do more. Everyone have a nice evening or morning or where you are at.